Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I want to welcome you to the Ledger. I'm Dawn Willis, the Advertising Director here at the Ledger, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and be with us this morning. I know you all have to get back to work and your various activities through the day, so we want to take about an hour out of your day and kind of go over some basic information online and some opportunities that are available. Even if you don't choose to let us help you with your advertising needs, we want to make sure that we educate everyone in the community here on what is available in online, because as all of us know, today our online world is changing every hour, every minute. You know, what is available, the new branding and marketing opportunities that are here. So it's more of an informational, educational piece that we have for you today. I would like to introduce our speaker today. Mathew Pearson is our Digital Sales Development Director for the New York Times Regional Group. His role, Matt, helps us here at the local sales organization and clients, and with our clients to prepare and put proposals together and go out and make calls in the field for us and our other properties throughout the southeastern United States, and we have 4 properties here in Florida. But Matt comes to us with lots of experience, and we'll be sharing lots of new ideas and information about online today. After Matt finishes his presentation, we'll take about 15 minutes for questions and answers, and then we'll be here afterwards to speak with you or talk with you or set a time if you want us to work with you individually. So with that, I'd like to introduce Matt Pearson.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Well, good morning. I'm Matt Pearson. I'm with the New York Times Regional News Group. I get a chance to go around to the different newspapers that we have in the group and work with the teams regarding digital advertising. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit this morning, digital advertising. In respect to your time, as Don alluded to, we'll do this in 60 minutes or less. If you got any questions, any comments, feel free to dig in, feel free to ask. You won't throw off my rhythm. My rhythm is thrown off continuously through this at any time anyhow, so don't worry about that. Cool thing about digital that I love, I was just looking through some of my notes, just in the past 6 months, is there has been so many changes that as we talk about stuff this morning, you know what? You know, like I said, jump in, we'll have some fun with it, because stuff that made sense 6 months ago might not make sense today or tomorrow. So we'll dig in just a little bit, and we'll see if my... Oh, it does work. All right, I like it when that happens. Okay, today's topic, banners, Yahoo, and social media. So we're just going to touch on a few things. We want to talk about the best use of social media. We want to talk about the benefits of a banner ad campaign. We'll talk a little bit about Yahoo, and then how do you measure your success? Okay, what is social media? Everybody is talking about social media. Social media, right? 5 years ago, we would have had no idea what social media is at all. So what is it? You know what? It's media for social interaction. This is a little bit different than what we've been accustomed to in media, because this is consumer generated. And here's a good example of Facebook. This is my Facebook page right here. People love to post pictures, don't they? I mean, we get to participate. This is part of the function right now. So consumers are generating media. They're sharing it. Now, Facebook is one of them. Here's another one. Twitter. Look, here's Representative Anthony Weiner. Keeping his followers updated. Right? Now would be a good time to talk about some simple rules for the internet, okay? Simple rules, okay? Rules to live by, all right? Number 1, don't write angry emails, okay? That's a bad idea. Okay, we all know that one. Also, don't hit the reply all button, okay? Just hit reply to one person, and then also, don't send stuff that won't make your mama proud. Okay, so Twitter, obviously, great piece of social media. Some people use it more intelligently than others. YouTube is another great tool. Some of these things that I'm walking through, you're so familiar with. You can participate in Facebook and Twitter and YouTube at no charge. It's just a matter of creating content. Here is obviously something that is nearby, Legoland, but you can use video. You can load video onto the site. You can have your customers go to that site and have some longer messages, which is pretty cool. How do I optimize it? Okay, so I have a Facebook page. I've got a YouTube page. How do I optimize? Or how do we find you? It's cool that you built a site. It's cool that you have some video. How do we find you? This is pretty cool. This is a recent study Bright Edge did in April. More than half of the folks that have got Twitter and Facebook pages are falling outside the first 40 results. They're not optimizing. So when somebody's doing a search and you've got your Facebook or your Twitter page, you're not in the top results because people are still learning you need to optimize. Well, what does that mean? The same best practices that you've been using for your website apply to social media. So for example, create content and distribute content. One of the things that I talk about all the time is that it's not enough to just set up a Facebook page or a blog. What should you do when you set one up? Put stuff on it. Daily, weekly. Because what happens is that when the spiders run out all over the internet and they're looking for whatever it is that you're searching for, when they run out to your website and they see what you have, if you've been adding new content, it has to run out and take a new picture. Something new. And then it has to run back to the new filing cabinet and put it in there, and it keeps building the file up. The more relevant links and the more searches that you have are saying to the search engines, you know what, this is relevant. This makes sense. And it helps you optimize. Move from page 5 to page 4, from page 3 to page 2. So add new content. Start and continue a conversation. You know, one of the things that we look at on Facebook all the time is, what are you using it for? What are you doing? Ask questions. Ask questions of the people that follow you, because you'll get response, and then people will respond to the response. And it gets an ongoing conversation. You get great ideas from that. Develop a contest or a game or a promotion. Great stuff. You know, use Facebook, use Twitter, have a promotion, have your folks that come to your business talk about the success they've had, talk about the cool things that they've experienced with your business. Have them participate. For everybody that participates every single month, maybe put them in a drawing. Give away a $25 gift certificate. Give them an incentive. And persuade consumers to connect. Obviously, you want to hear from your customers. Give them an opportunity to give you feedback. One of the things that's kind of neat, and you'll see more and more of this as people utilize this, is that here's Massage Envy and their website. This little logo right here is from Blogger. Blogger is on Google. It's a free service that lets you set up a website, a blog, where you can get feedback. But a blog is just a one-page website. So utilize that. Here's the Facebook logo. So what's kind of cool is when you take a look at someone's website, you can see that, you know what, they're using other tools as well, because they are going to work back and forth to help promote and optimize what you're doing. So I circled these two, and then what you can see is that on the site itself, here's the blog. You know, it's just an ongoing conversation. That's all a blog is starting to add information every single day or every single week, and then having your customers add information as well. That's that Blogger logo right there. Here's a website. This is the University of North Carolina, but look what they're featuring here. Here's all of their social media right here. Here's all the links to Blogger and to Facebook and to YouTube and Twitter. And the note that I have there is that the best practices that apply to SEO apply to these web pages as well. They'll boost your rankings. So link back and forth. The more relevant links that you have out there, it's like a popularity contest. More relevant links optimizes your search and moves you up in the listings. Here's the Facebook site, University of North Carolina. What are they doing? Oh, look, they're sending you back in the other direction. Here's Twitter and here's YouTube. They've got videos on YouTube. The significance of YouTube is, you know, here's an opportunity to go ahead and say a little bit more than, you know, 30-second commercial. I always tell people, don't go crazy. You know, I'm really not going to sit through a 30-minute video. You know, if it's not a feature-length piece and it hasn't been professionally directed, you might not have my attention that long. But you can give me a little information. You can walk me through your store. You can talk about your services. You know, you can give a little bit of feedback. You can have customers that want to give some testimonial. That's how you utilize that. Keeping the content fresh. I just circled this because the cool thing about some of our sites here is that was 7 hours ago. Wow, that's pretty cool. You know, it keeps track of how often things are being updated. And then ultimately, what's really cool is that on this search right here, I went ahead and searched for massage in Wilmington. Page 1, here it is in the organic search right here. So it works. You just got to do it. I always laugh, and this will sound so mean, and I apologize in advance for sounding so mean. When I talk to customers, and they'll say, I don't have time. I don't have enough time in the day. And I have to stop, and I tell them, I know. It's 2011. You got to make some time, because that's what people are doing. So, sorry. I know that was really mean. You got to make some time to do it. Now, you could spend all day on social media, but we'll keep moving quickly here, okay? And I love social media. We could really get into detail on it, but let's talk a little bit about banner advertising. Banner advertising is very important for your business because it's an opportunity to get right around relevant content. This is banner ads. They are a graphic image or a text. It's used as an ad. Obviously, at the Ledger, we have banner advertising available. We feature in and among the news stories to the different sections. Banner advertising is really designed to capture your attention with one quick message. Let me ask you a question. All right, you ready? When you go onto a website, page pulls up, how many seconds do you give it before you start to move on or make decisions? How many seconds are you looking at that page?
Probably about
10. Or 5 to 8? That's how much time we give. That's it. Don't try to put 20 pounds of material into a 10-pound ad, because we're not going to look at it. We don't. 10 seconds? Just try to get one message in there. One of the things that you'll see, and you'll hear me echo throughout, is what you want to do is have multiple ad sizes, multiple messages. We'll feature them in different areas on a website, but just have one message in that ad, because otherwise it's too confusing. Think about a billboard when you drive by, right? One message, one picture. It's got to get my attention, otherwise we're going to move on. Here's one right here. Great banner ads can capture your attention with an incentive. Make a good incentive. Give people a good reason to click. I love this one. Here, look at this. Price points. An F-150 for $12,000 off. I don't even think I paid $12,000 for my first F-150. Now they're giving them away. It must be free. If you don't know everything to know about banner advertising, don't panic. It's pretty new. Anybody know what this is right here? And I love the creativity. It's the very first banner ad that ran on the internet. Purchased by AT&T on Hotwired, 1994. Stuff's pretty new. It's only about 17 years old. Don't you love the creativity? Have you ever clicked your mouse right here? Half of us didn't even know what the mouse was. We're like, really? Banner advertising. How much should banner advertising cost? Banner advertising on the Lakeland Ledger, for example, is based on CPMs. That stands for cost per thousands. It's an impression. What's an impression? An impression are the number of times that your ad is going to show up on a site. That's all it is. $12 CPM, 100,000 impressions, 12 times 100 is $1,200. That's all there is to it. When a page loads, content loads, and ads load. Each time that happens, that's an impression. Now, that said, we build advertising campaigns to fit your budget. It's not just a magic number that we come up with. We build to fit your budget. So whatever your budget is, we'll try to build something that makes sense. Some of the benefits of a banner ad campaign are, obviously, I bullet pointed, you can reach customers more easily than ever before. We've got over 700,000 people that come to the site. They look at 7 million pages of information, but they come back to news sites time and time again. Why do you come to a news site? What are you looking for? News. Right? Breaking news. Weather. Sports. So there's a reason. Content is king. When you think about a site, and if you were approached by advertisers that want to sell you advertising, think about their site. What do they offer? Is there a reason for people to come back, more times than one during the course of the day? Those are some of the benchmarks that I look at as well. All right, you can target by zip code, By behavior, we'll get into behavior a little bit more when we talk about Yahoo, but I kind of like that. That doesn't necessarily mean bad behavior. We don't want to have bad behavior. But it means when we're online, we're exhibiting a type of behavior. If I'm looking for a car, I might be searching for cars. I might be putting search queries in. I might be reading articles about or clicking on ads about cars or car insurance or tires or whatever. Here's a brainstorm for you real quick, okay? Do you think that anybody on the internet is keeping track of where we go? Okay, newsflash. Yeah, they're keeping track of everywhere we go. Every click that you make is digitally recorded. So what companies like Yahoo have done have taken it to the next level. They've established some behavioral targeting. So if you establish a particular behavior, we can place advertising in front of people that are looking for jewelry, looking for computer repair, things that you're looking for. So that's pretty cool. We'll get into more detail on that. But you can change your message to stay relevant. We're in the hurricane capital, right? So if you're in the weather-related business and weather's coming in, you can get ads on immediately that reflect it. And people are looking for updates in weather. Let's put those ads in and around the weather reports. So you start to use content and then the creative in your advertising to reflect what people are looking for. And then, of course, building awareness for your business. Great opportunity to do that with banner ads. With banner ads, get your logo, get your colors in there. It differentiates your business. This is really nothing new. It's the same thing that the Yellow Pages have been doing for, 100 years, right? They used to come in and tell you need a full color ad. You'd say, but I already have a listing in the White Pages. That's not enough. We need more. Well, we know it. It works. When you are looking for a plumber and there's a full color ad in that section, you're going to go find that. I mean, it's been demonstrated time and time again. Targeting by content, one of the cool things that you can do on a news website like The Ledger is that you have got relevant content. So here is live music. It's in the entertainment section. Because when you take that step back, people that are looking for specific types of entertainment, looking for something to do, you know what? That message would resonate with somebody that's looking for some entertainment. So targeting by content. Now, do you think people are spending more time online? Yep. Do you ever sit down with somebody that says, oh, the internet, people aren't using that? I sit down with customers like that. None of my customers use the internet. Really? That's fascinating. Average time spent per day, 2.5 hours. This survey was just done in December. A couple of years ago, do you know what that number was? David, do you know what that number was just even a few years ago? Under 1 hour. Under an hour. It's more than doubled in that short time. And what do you think people do online? Does anybody go to a Facebook? Does anybody have a spouse or a mate that plays Farmville?
No way.
Right? Right? All right. You know what? I've had people do that as well. I have friends that really think it's a farm, and they talk about the crops. I'm like, really? But you know, it's an imaginary world, right? No, it's not. They're playing Farmville. How many email addresses do people have? How many email addresses do you have?
About 5.
About 5, right? How many email addresses do you have?
37.
No way. Do you really?
37.
37? You are far and away the winner of that question. 37? How do you keep track of 37?
It's not easy.
I was going to say, kudos to you. That is awesome.
I live alone and I have a dog.
Okay, so I rest my point. Okay, are people online?
I do.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Every
37.
time I get an idea for something I want to do, I make an email address out of it, and then they send me things.
That is awesome. Are you capturing that? Because that is, I'm telling you, you're the new record holder. I'm serious. You know what? That's awesome. But you know what? Smart. That's how you utilize this stuff. And people are online. And my point is, before that you've got me going in that direction, is that people are online paying bills, and obviously they're going to news websites. Who uses Wikipedia? How cool is that, right? I mean, an encyclopedia? I mean, I suppose the folks at, what is it, Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, I suppose they were freaking out about that. But you know what? This is great. Plus, also, you can change stuff on there. You know that, right? That's pretty neat.
It's like not as reliable.
Well, if I have a listing under there, it's just going to say really great things all the time. So, but paying bills online, your checking account, you pay your bills online?
Been doing it for years.
You've been doing it for years. So, I mean, we really have adapted, and we're spending over 2.5 hours a day online. Now, obviously social sites and the news sites, but I mean, this really is a tool that we're utilizing, obviously. And it represents about 1/4 of the day. How amazing is that? Banner advertising can improve your search results. All right, does anybody use AdWords? Anybody do any search advertising, SEM? Okay, well, what you can do, and here's a study by Yahoo and ComScore that they had just done recently, your banner advertising can improve your search results by 244% increase in purchases online, 89% offline. People walking into your business. But you know what? It stands to reason when you see this right here. You know what? There you go. Because when you have this type of a campaign, good creative can overcome placement. You don't have to be in the first position because good creative is resonating with people and it makes sense. You know, I go back to the Yellow Pages because they did a great job for 100 years. Is that when you went to the Yellow Pages, if you went ahead, and I say 100 years, I know you're grinning because that doesn't work so good anymore. World changed a little bit. But good creative will lead you to the listing, and you can go ahead and find the listing. And you know, like I said, you don't have to be in the first position. People will find you because, oh, you know what? They've done a good job with that branding. And that's what banner campaigns can do. You can reach customers when they aren't actively searching for your particular product or service. Banner campaigns can go ahead and make you make decisions you weren't planning on. I don't even need sportswear, but 75% off? Wow, maybe I do need some sportswear. I don't know. It's a pretty good deal, right?
Especially on those stores.
Right. I'll tell you. Don't Twitter those. All right, how do you build a better banner ad? Talk to your customers. Nobody knows your customers better than you do. Here's a great survey right here. 2010 October, the Cone Group said, tell us what types of interaction that users are looking for when they engage online. Okay? So when you and I go online, what is it that we're really looking for from a banner campaign? 77% said, you know what? Give me an incentive. Give me a reason. Why Home Depot? Why not Lowe's? Give me a reason. Free products or service, but coupons. An incentive is just a reason to come into your business. A service. And when I talked about one message, make it one powerful, compelling message so that people have a reason. How many seconds online? 10 or less. So if you don't have a good message, you know, I go right past it. In fact, let me give you this scenario. If a page is slow to load, here's how spoiled we've become, right? Do you remember a couple of years ago we did dial-up, right? Beep, 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 beep. And we'd wait patiently, right? Now what happens if it doesn't load instantly? What do? Get out, right? Because it's a virus. Something's invading my computer. We have learned that we can expect it instantly. The second thing, solve problems. Almost 50% said, solve my problems. When you go online to Yahoo and to Google and you start to type in a query, what are you generally trying to get accomplished? Something. You know, you're looking for something. You're trying to get something accomplished. So if you solve problems, in Tampa, in St. Pete a couple years ago, I was working with a landscaper. And he wanted to send people right into the homepage of his website. Don't do that. Because that doesn't make sense. If you're running a banner campaign and you pose a question or you have an offer, and I click on the link, where should you send me? To the answer, right? Do not make me hunt on your homepage because you've already lost me. You had me, but now you're going to put me on a wild goose chase? The landscaper, I said to him, what are the 3 top questions that people ask you? And he said, well, they're on my frequently asked questions page. I know. So, ask the question, click on the link, go to the answer. For more information, I'll call. You know, I'll get deeper into your website. But if you led me in Bring me to the payoff. That's more satisfying. And that's what we're saying. Provide information. And then ask for feedback. Start a dialogue. Who do you love more on websites right now than the people that are courageous enough, right, to let you put reviews on your website, right, for your service? When I go to bestbuy.com right now, I look at the product and then I page down, what am I looking at? Reviews. I want to see what the customers have to say. I want to know. Are you courageous enough to let people say how they really feel about you? Maybe you could stand to pick it up a notch. Maybe someone will touch on something that you didn't really know. When you go to Facebook and somebody writes good stuff and bad stuff, as soon as they write bad stuff, what follows that? A bunch of people saying, that's not my experience. More people say good stuff than bad stuff. I mean, that's why you turn the lights on and that's why you get to open the doors every day, because more people think your business is good than bad. There are some people that are perennially unhappy. Just don't worry about those people. Sometimes what we do as customers is we fire those customers, don't we? So don't worry about that. But I would encourage you, let people give feedback because it's invaluable and you'll learn stuff from that. Offer incentives, as I mentioned right here, great offers. 50% off, 7-day free guest pass. Those will capture your attention. Those make a lot of sense. And it's the people that you're trying to reach. I touched on this just a little while ago. Multiple creatives, same message. When you build a banner campaign, multiple messages are important. Because take a car dealer, for example. They sell lots of different types of cars. You want a different car than I want. But for the dealer, same money, right? So multiple messages are going to reach different people. Different ad sizes reach people at different times. And I'll get into that. Solve problems. This one just cracks me up because what happened was Verizon, no contract, no problem. Every time I called to get something on my phone, what would they say? New 12-month contract. Yeah. I don't want a 12-month contract. I just want a new phone. 12-month contract. So what they finally figured out is that if you just let us do month to month, I've been with the same phone provider for 10 years. Why would I change? They're all the same, right? I hope there's nobody from the phone company in here right now so we're very different. Ask for feedback in your advertising. Put Facebook logos. Put Twitter logos. Let them click on that and go to that page because you're asking for dialogue. You know, here's an opportunity for people to go ahead and celebrate successes. If they like your business and they want to talk about it, it's a great opportunity to do that. Banner advertising placed on that site, you can go ahead and send them in that direction. All right. Targeted advertising. When you talk about targeting, and we'll get into just a little bit more detail on that, targeting means a lot of different things. You can target by age. You can target by gender. You know, you can target by the things that people are interested in. All right, so here's a question. Here's a homepage ad. Homepage, this is a pencil position right here. It stays up all day, and then this opens up. And then we did this up in Gainesville, and we're doing it now. Prudential Realty does it. Why is Sunday a better day than Saturday, right? Because when I first sat down with them, I thought Saturday is a pretty good day, right? Why Sunday? Yes. Sunday, people get up in the morning and they read the paper. They read it online. They read the hard copy of it. They still do. They still read the hard copy of the newspaper. Also, they look at houses. What was funny about this is when we first did it, and we'll talk a little bit about A/B testing when you're doing ads, is that you know what realtors usually like to run pictures of, right? Right? So those didn't work so good. But when you started to put houses in here, that worked great. So test different ads to see what works better. So on a Sunday homepage ad, they would get 200 people a day on a Sunday. And they continually get 200 people a day on a Sunday because they've targeted by behavior. What do we do on Sunday? Real estate agents and brokers told us that people get up and they go look at houses on Sunday, but on Saturday they run errands. So if they're holding open houses on Saturday, People are at Publix and they are at Lowe's, but they are not looking at houses. So it's a great opportunity to try stuff and see what works better. Banner advertising, this is something called wallpaper. It's a high impact ad on a website. You get to take over all of the background. I know you've seen these on sites before. Cool opportunity to do some type of a promotion or launch a product. You can do it for any of a number type of businesses that makes sense. You have the ad positions as well. These work really, really good. MySpace got into this really big a couple of years ago, and they really sort of pioneered the use of multiple images without being too obnoxious. For movies and so forth, they did it. And I laugh as I say the word MySpace. Remember when MySpace was the biggest thing on the planet? Everybody had a MySpace page? I don't even know my MySpace sign-in at this point. See how things change quickly? Best use of banner ads, half page and tower. When you think about how to place banner ads on a site, there's a lot of different things that are going on. Leaderboard ads, top of the page, but when I click into a page and I start to read, what happens as I page down? Disappears. These come in at a different point. If I'm clicking on a story and I'm reading, and we can see that people move through a site like the Ledger, they look at 5 or 6 pages, they're reading different stories. This can come in at a different spot. And the cool thing is that if you've got different messages, maybe the first message didn't resonate with me, but maybe the second one might. What you experiment with, and what we'll talk about a little bit more, is when you're running different types of ads, we can see digitally which ads are working better, which ads more people are clicking on. What we need feedback from you on is, what kind of business are you getting from it? Are people calling you? Are they coming in? Are they knocking on your door? Leaderboards, I said, are placed at the top of the page. It's high visibility. It's a great spot. It should not be the only ad size that you do, though, because, you start to scroll down, you lose it. Medium rectangle ads, these are great. They're very versatile. This is a great opportunity to use photos. It's a great opportunity to use video. When you use video in a medium rectangle, it looks like a video player. But how many seconds do you give? 10. Do not put full-length video in there. One of the lessons that we learned in the newspaper business is that we would put up a video player, right? We have a news story. But when you click to get that news story, what do you get first? Advertising. How annoying! Who wants to see ads from a business? We ask ourselves. I won't sit at home and watch an ad. We came up with TiVo. Now I'm at my computer and you're going to make me watch an ad, I can click out of it. So, under 10 seconds, just put a little video in there. You can have a great message in there. You don't need a 30-second message. You don't need a 2-minute message. Just put some messages in there that are relevant to what you're trying to promote. Because that gets your attention. If you send them to your site or your Facebook page and you have longer video, or your YouTube page, you can get into all kinds of detail there. This is designed to catch their attention. The sliding billboards, I mentioned this. This is the pencil ad. What that means is when you log on to the page for the first time, home page of the Lakeland Ledger, what will happen is that it takes over the page. It slides down. So you've got a great big full color ad. It will retreat to this position right here. This is called a pencil ad, and it stays there for 24 hours. So people can re-click on that if they're interested. It's a very cool ad to use, and it's high impact. And what we see is that the click-through rates on these type of ads, which are called rich media, generally much greater. You might see 10 times greater click-through rates on an ad like that. Because, you know what? They have more message, they have more information, they're pretty cool. Great story. This always cracks me up. We first called these ads push-downs, and I was working at the St. Petersburg Times when I first got started in the digital realm. And we told the publisher, Paul Tash, I came up with a great idea. We can push all your news content right off the page. And he was like, really, you think that's a good idea? Well, we'll bring it back, okay, but we're going to push it away initially. And in fact, what we did right out of the gate, is that you'd push down and it would stay there. But we found that actually angered the customers. They wanted to read the news. Who'd have thought, right? So now it retreats. These push down and retreat about 5 to 7 seconds. That's about enough time. Gets your message, and if I want to see more, I can click on it again. Pencil ad remains all day. Best times for high-impact ads. Don't think that it's limited to one thing. I just bullet pointed a few things. If it's a new location or if it's highlighting your existing location, special event, expanding a particular service that you're using, these are just a great opportunity to utilize this type of an ad. Launching a new product. Building an ad, flash animation is very cool. Flash animation is when you look at an ad and then it changes on you. That's called flash. And those also are a higher impact type ad. When you think about a static ad and you go to a website, it's just, we've become accustomed to seeing a little bit more action, right? And if it's got nothing going on, we just move past that. So here is something that Toyota did, 5 to 8 seconds. The images start to change, but they also have a lot of trigger points. Put trigger points in your ad. Here you can replay that ad. Here you can learn more about this particular product. Here you can view more details. Those are trigger points. They're designed for interaction. And the cool thing about that is that from the very first slide, we're in a social media opportunity right now. We want to participate. You know, I want to see more. Show me more details. Let me walk through some of these things. Okay, how do you measure your success? Right? Good question. Okay, I'm running a banner ad campaign. How do I know that it's working? Well, click-through is one of those things. This is when a visitor clicks on your ad, clicks on your link. The click rate is the ratio of ad clicks to ad impressions. So for example, if you have 100,000 impressions and people click on it 50 times, your click-through rate's 0.05%. Do you have any idea what that means? No. I don't either. So if somebody told me your click-through rate's 0.05%, you should be happy about that. I'd say, really? Are you kidding me? What does that mean? Is that good? Well, what it means is that clicks are people, right? So if someone's clicking on your ad, they're looking for more information. This is a good thing. So give them more information. I touched on where do you want them to go? We're looking for more information. I might want to make a purchase. Does your site have an opportunity for me to do that? Or will you direct me to make a purchase? Do you have a map? People are looking for maps online, right? How do I find your store? Not everybody knows where your store is. So make it easy for users to find you. Oh, and then remember, 80% of the conversions don't click. How do you like that statistic? Do you guys remember, I've told this story before and I apologize if anyone's heard it before. Do you guys remember Sam Seltzer's Steakhouse? Right? It's okay steakhouse. They used to run coupons that if you go in and you buy yourself and your sweetie a steak dinner, what would they give you for free? Bottle of wine, right? Pretty good incentive. Now, that said, they ran these coupons and I liked the look of the prime rib and I liked the look of the steak. So if I bring my sweetie in for dinner, all right? Do you think that I'm going to reach into my pocket and demonstrate to my new date? Pull out that coupon? How fiscally responsible I am? Answer is no, it's not going to happen. Right? I'll buy that bottle of wine. So if you're judging the success of your campaign on redeemed coupons, that would be inaccurate. I liked your ad, came into your store, I'm not going to redeem your coupon. Clicks are the same thing. Think about the fact that if I see your ad more than 10 times, I don't need to click on it every single time. But you're still resonating with me. It's still working. And in fact, this is pretty cool because MediaMind analyzed over 100 million conversions. All right? And conversions are the percentage of visitors who took the desired action that you were asking them to do anyhow. Come into my store, come to my website. They might make your website a favorite. They might bookmark it. So they don't need to click on it every single time. So they analyzed 100 million conversions. 20% resulted from clicks. 20%. So one of the things that I talked about earlier is that how do you use a click-through report? What you really use it for is when you are running multiple creatives, different ad sizes, use a click-through report to gauge how successful the ads are working. If one ad is working better than another ad, get rid of the ad that isn't working so good and replace that with a new ad. Okay? Because it ain't working so good. and it's not going to get better. Get rid of it. Google pioneered this A/B idea online, and so don't fall in love with that ad. If it's not working, it ain't working. Replace it and then do the A/B testing all over again. And that's what this is all about. Use a click-through report to gauge the success of a particular ad. Now, MediaMind had a couple suggestions, and they said, you know what? Bigger is better. Larger ads perform better than small ones. We know that. You know what? Auto dealers, real estate agents, they will tell you that that small classified ad, a big full-color ad has better impact. That's the truth. Expandable ads, they're interactive. If you have more rich media, if you have more flash in your ads, use those tools that are available because that's what resonates with your customers. Retarget multiple users, multiple exposures. Most people see your campaign only once. When you think about a site like the Lakeland Ledger, Scott, how many page views does this site get every month?
Running currently just under 8 million.
8 million page views. Okay, so people come to the site, all the people, 700,000 plus people, and they look at over 8 million pages. So if you buy a campaign of 100,000 impressions, you're going to get lost. You can get lost. You need to be placed in an area where it's more relevant, where people can find you. And you know what? You need to have enough ads out there so that people can find you. I mean, that's significant. So that sounds like a sales pitch, but the truth of it is that if you see it only once and it's gone, you aren't going to, it doesn't have the same impact, obviously. And then finally, hey, who's that handsome boy right there? Sometimes I put slides in that only make me, smile. And as we finish up here, thank you. Talk to your Lakeland Ledger account executive, okay? They are experts. They will walk you through digital advertising, and that's what they're here for. They want to work with you if you've got questions. There are not any dumb questions. Stuff keeps changing every single day online. One of the things that I know for a fact is that every single day I subscribe to, and I have a lot of newsletters and emails that come to my attention. Stuff changes every single day. So you got to really stay on top of it. Talk to your Lakeland Ledger account executives because they can help you walk through that stuff. And I mean it. It's tough for you as a business owner to stay on top of this stuff every single day. There's a lot going on. So utilize those resources. Do you have any questions or comments that I can answer right now? Anybody have anything?
What's a t-shirt say?
T-shirt says, scars or tattoos with better stories. That's what us tough guy bikers wear. Fools people. Anybody else have any thoughts and ideas? Who's using the internet successfully right now? You guys all have websites? Working on it. Okay. All right. Who's using Facebook? Everybody? Awesome. What's working well for you?
Campaigns.
Are you? What are you doing?
We're nonprofit, so we just did a $10,000 in 10-day campaign, which we made $12,000. So
wow,
we did good. But it's nonprofit and it's international, so we
That's
have a
awesome.
bigger market.
What kind of posts are you putting up on a daily basis?
Well, we use bloggers, so we have a tribe full of people all over the country that when we run a campaign, they all take it as their responsibility then to blog about it, to Facebook it, to tweet it, whatever, and then it all links to our site.
Oh, that's cool. Great idea.
What is the?
It's called the Adventure Project, theventureproject.org, and we support a lot of startups all over the world. Right now we're in Kenya, and we're helping small farmers with water irrigation. So
Awesome.
basically we just needed to help them kickstart their community to get these out. The money stays there in Kenya.
Awesome. You know what I love what you just did? If you haven't included this into your dialogue, it's called adventureproject.org.
Yeah.
Did you like that? There is advertising 101, right? That should be a part of what I do every day. Matt Pearson, mattpearson.com. Good to see you. Go ahead and log on to my website for details, right? That's what we should be doing. That's our elevator speech, right? Right? You using the internet? What are you using it for?
Right now we're in transition. Everything is kind of in reconstruction phase.
So what you're saying is that this afternoon you'll be utilizing the internet more effectively based on this meeting? Yes?
We are developing a whole different area, so it won't be this afternoon.
Oh, okay. All right. Tomorrow is soon enough. All right. Very, very good. Tell me about your business.
I'm insurance agent, and I'm concentrating, after a false start with individual market, I'm concentrating on small businesses.
Cool. All right. Now, with an insurance agent, here's a great example. What would I be looking for with an insurance agent? Information. Give me information. So for you to do a blog, great idea. Just give me a snapshot of some things that make sense for my business, for health, for medical. My Facebook page, you could do updates because you could talk about changes, right? Changes that are happening all the time. Talk to your agent for more details. It's a great opportunity to do that. Tell me about your business. Tell me about your business, not your 37 emails. I don't want to know about that.
I've had 37 emails.
All right.
I've only got 8 now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The Polk County Builders Association.
Polk County Builders Association. Awesome.
Yes. And I really appreciate what you had to say about contest.
Yes.
When I went to the Southeast Builders Conference this past year, they had a lady there from St. Pete that had done this tremendously successful online internet project for GTE Federal Credit Union.
Right.
She had created it. The Mystery Monkey Contest.
Wow.
And what they did, well, how many of you have read about the monkey that's running loose up and down the West Coast?
Right.
So, public domain, the monkey's in the public domain.
Right.
They did the Mystery Monkey Contest, and you had to go to GTE's Facebook page to register.
GTE's Facebook page.
To register.
How clever is that?
Okay. They had over 200,000 hits in 3 weeks.
200,000 hits on the Facebook page.
And the contest was either email us where you saw the Mystery Monkey, send us a picture of the Mystery Monkey.
Send us a picture.
Something. And
Right.
of course, what did it cost GTE? I think they gave away a gift package worth $500. But what a neat
$500
contest.
for that kind of free
Yeah.
that we're talking about now, today. Do you think that campaign worked? That's awesome. So thank you. Thank you.
Isn't that a cool idea, though?
It's a great idea.
Does the monkey have an email address?
Tell me a little bit about your business.
It's going to be a law firm.
Law firm, awesome. Law firm is a great opportunity, and again, it goes down the same road as insurance. What I would be looking for, what all of us would be looking for, is information, right? Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury, all of the things that happen in your life. You know what? If I log on to your site, if I go to your Facebook or your blog, can you give me just some idea of what I might expect? Maybe a time frame. Can I get an idea of what the costs might be associated with? Can I get an idea about what the representation might include? That's a great opportunity with law and insurance. I mean, things that we need, right? It's not stuff I would look for every single day, right? But it's stuff that when I'm looking for the information, that's what I want to utilize. What's your business?
Furniture consignment.
Furniture consignment. Oh, together? You guys are together? Tell me about that.
It's old is new again.
Oh, very cool.
Furniture and home decor.
Right.
Consignment store.
Okay.
We're going to have a pickup and delivery service.
Wow. How does that work? Can you do it online? Can I get my pickup and delivery? Can I book it online?
You will be.
Oh, lovely.
I'm going to establish it right into the website.
Did I just give you that idea, or did
yes.
you?
Yeah, you just gave me that idea.
No charge. No charge for that one.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right.
So we open in September in Davenport.
All right. Awesome. Very exciting.
Yeah.
John, what do you got going?
Consulting.
What is it?
Consulting.
Consulting.
And it's in its infancy. I'm just trying to get things started. My
Love
wife
it.
and I.
Facebook page.
Not yet. Not yet.
Got your
we're
blog?
working on it. We're working on all of the above.
Lou, I want you guys to get together a little bit later. Put your heads together. All right. Very good. Good luck to you, sir. What do you got?
Freelance.
Freelance what?
Writing.
Really?
Yes. Everybody's got a story to tell.
Yep.
And do have a blog, also websites, Facebook, and so forth. Content.
If you are a freelance writer, everybody take note. Write his name down. That is Gary.
Gary Fish.
What do people want to find when they go to a website? Content. Right? If I come to your website and it's a blank page, hello, really? You just sent me here and you got nothing? Content. The more content that you can give people that's interesting and relevant will resonate. People will stay. Cora, what's your business?
I'm advertising and marketing consultant.
Are you really?
So I work with a lot of different types of businesses, and I wanted
I work primarily in the Tampa, Riverview area in Brandon, so I really wanted to know more about what the Ledger is doing. I live in Lakeland still, and I've been very embedded in this community up until the last few years when I've been working all over the state, but I want to know what's going on here.
Listen, I was talking about Courageous earlier. Here's Courageous. Here's my review. Cora, how did I do today from an advertising and marketing consulting standpoint?
You did very, very well.
Thank you. All right. Good answer. All right. Excellent answer. Folks, tell me a little bit about what you got cooking.
I'm a writer.
You're a writer?
Yes, I write romance and suspense.
Do you really?
Yes.
And you promote it online?
Yes, I do.
Romance and suspense writer? What is your name?
Heide Catros.
Very nice.
Yes, and what I do reviews for Simon & Schuster, Kensington, Myra, and Berkeley. They send me their books. They have ARCs.
Yes.
And what I do, I actually write reviews on Amazon these days.
Really?
And then I can promote myself by ad on my website by saying, if you like my review, maybe you would like to look me up too.
Relevant links. So by linking to the product that you're doing, you will build the relevant links and the optimizing of your website. So by reaching out a little bit and putting relevant links out there, you grow your own website. Brilliant. See, it's what it is. It's generosity, and you're contributing and also bumping her up. Love it.
Absolutely. If you build up your competitor, there are a lot of people out there, that really their name is out there, like, Heather Graham, and Nora Roberts. People know these people.
Right.
If I write, a little comment too, but I make sure that I read the book. I'm not going to review and just write something, And then I just say, if you like my review, maybe you would like to see what
I love it. If you like this, you're going to love what I do. All right, Mitch, tell us a little bit about what you got.
I'm a citrus gift fruit shipper.
What is it? A citrus shipper?
Gift fruit shipping, yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
gift fruit packages.
And we've been since 1966. We've been in the business.
1966.
Yes.
I don't even know if I can do that.
And most of our advertising comes from word by mouth.
Word of mouth.
The product.
Oh, we do advertise with the Ledger too.
And we advertise with Ledger and Four Corners area.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use Facebook?
No.
Facebook is word of mouth in 2011 in the electronic age, right? That's what we're using it for. You're putting pictures of your babies on there and your dog, right? People do that all day long. Anybody got any other questions? Thank you. We really appreciate you coming today, taking a little time. Look at the time. I did pretty well. I kept right under the minimums, right? I am going to ask Don to come back up.
Yeah, just real quickly, thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Don.
Great job. We appreciate all the information.
Thank you for coming. We really do appreciate it.
We did give you information.
Thank you.
We left information for each of you on some of the services that we offer. We build Facebook pages, websites. We have all advertising that Matt mentioned, opportunities here with the Ledger, and of course with all of our other products across the county, the News Chief, the Reporter, Inside Polk, all of those different pieces have opportunities with Facebook and other ideas that we can obviously sit down with you and come up with a plan. But we did prepare some certificates. If you're interested, obviously this is not high pressure sales. We wanted to inform you today. We can work with you, and we offer you 20% off your online campaign if you want to start working with us, in any time between now and September. So we'll give you this certificate that you can obviously, contact us. We gave you the contact information, and we'd be glad to help you in any way. So, and again, thank you for coming today. And look for other seminars throughout the year. We continue to host them to try to help you, inform you, and educate you. And Matt, we'll bring him back again, I'm sure.
On any one of these topics, what's kind of fun, as you could well imagine, you could spend all day talking about how do I best use Twitter or Facebook. How do I best use the Ledger and all the products? Don and I were talking about the fact that a company like the Lakeland Ledger, newspaper that's been around for 100 plus years, right? As we have been transitioning our product to include the digital offerings, we have so many more products than ever before. We have so many more people than ever before that are utilizing it. That's why we always smile when we sit down with customers that say, newspaper, you guys are going out of business, right? Not exactly. We've got more people than ever that come to our website. Our circulation obviously is still strong, but it speaks about content. And when you talk about websites and when you talk about what do you have to offer, let me give you a perfect example. AOL started something called Patch. Anybody heard of Patch yet? It's going to start to come into the marketplace a little bit more. It's an interesting concept. What they wanted to do is have little patches of websites in every single community all over the country, micro websites. We've been doing that for a long time, but it's a good idea. I like it. So they started to roll it out, but it wasn't working so good, right? So they went out a couple months ago and made a pretty big purchase. Does anybody know what Patch and AOL bought just a couple months ago? Huffington Post. Okay? You know how much they paid for it? $300 million. Do you know what the Huffington Post started out as? Please, drum roll. A blog. Oh my God! If you didn't start your blog yet today, get started, okay?
I'm waiting for my check for mine.
$300 million. But the greater message here is that what people are looking for is content. What we're all looking for is content on a site. So keep that in mind. You know, obviously what our role is that we want to work with you to help you do that. So, at any rate, if nothing else, thank you. Please help yourself. And Don, anything else?
Thank you. We appreciate you taking time
Thanks
out of
for
your
coming.
day.